Hey guys, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to Mackenzie Ziegler's last solo on Dance Moms called Hero. So if you're interested in that, please make sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. But before we hop into this video, if you are brand new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jordan Sparks. If you would like to join the constellation and become a sparkle, then make sure to tap that juicy red subscribe button. We just hit 25,000 subscribers thanks to your guys' support. But if you want to be reminded of every single time that I upload a video, please make sure to tap the bell notification because my notifications have only been going out to like literally 2% of my subscribers. So that would be really helpful if you make sure to press the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you get reminded every single time that I upload. And all that being said, let's hop right into this video.
Great job, Ari. You did really good.
Thank you.
We never thought this day would come. Like, this is the last competition with you guys, so have fun. These are gonna be solid solos on stage today.
Number 126, The Hero.
Mackenzie's not even my daughter, and I'm nervous. Let's face it, Ariana had the total package. And here's Mackenzie doing her final dance as a member of the Junior Glee competition team. And she doesn't have anything that even compares to Ariana's solo. But Mackenzie's a star. So I know Mackenzie will go on stage and light that stage on fire and be a magnificent dancer.
I keep my mind on my money. Never made no promises. Don't want no honeys. Tell me what you need. Did I read that right? You're texting all these emojis. Wanna meet tonight. So what's your plan? This invitation. Trying to be my man, or you just making conversation? Cause I'm out of place. Scared out my mind. Got what it takes. Keep me in line. Why does it have to be? I made a fool of me. I never win. Don't wanna start again. I got one life to live. Straight for the bell. Who is it gonna be?
So my first impression, honestly, with this solo, and this is gonna sound a little bit harsh, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because of how Abby was treating them. I don't know what the circumstance was in terms of like the psychological warfare that was going on at that studio, but I feel like Mackenzie is checked out at this point. She is delivering performance-wise, but this is not the Mackenzie that I know in terms of performing technically. Like, she usually is a lot cleaner than this up until this moment in terms of everything, like her upper body, the way that she places things. She was a lot cleaner. She really worked her feet better. She worked her ankles better. And I don't know if it's just because at this point she had chosen, I'm pursuing music and dance is just going to be recreational. I don't know, and I'm not saying this to condemn her and say that she needs to continue to work on and pursue a passion if it's no longer a passion of hers, but just from observation, this is not Mackenzie's best, and when she was performing even like a month prior to this, she was doing better in my opinion. That being said, with this performance, I think that she's really delivering facially and she's really delivering energetically. She has learned to command the stage, command an audience. She's learned to have stage presence, and she really is a dynamic entertainer that way. But in terms of technique, I would like to see her really stretching her ankles and pointing her feet and really being really clean and articulate and precise about where she's placing her feet and how she's working through her releve and how she is using and engaging her arms from the back and not from just out the front and letting them go loose in her shoulder sockets. That being said, I want to say a special shout out to her because she had an issue with her alignment in her back handsprings for like a really, really long time where she was favoring the right side of her body. But she has nice clean alignment in that back handspring, so.
You and me, you're trying to break me down, trying to take me to my knees. Got my temperature up, told you I don't fall in love. I keep my heart alive so I don't feel that bass drop. Only the strong will
See, like her feet were supposed to be totally pointed during that, and they were not pointed at all. My biggest correction for this entire solo is that she's really not thinking and being careful about where she's placing her feet and how she's working her feet through any of her transitions or really anything in this solo.
survive. Love of my life, one of a kind.
So something else that I wanted to note is that this is kind of one of those solos where it has everything in it and the kitchen sink. Like there was every single acro trick right from the beginning to the end. So it's going to be really hard to think of how you're going to pace this solo when you have really hard hitting acro tricks right from the beginning to the end. So I feel like she was kind of starting to lose stamina, but she really wanted to be hard hitting and give the audience a really energetic performance right from the beginning, so I applaud that. But in terms of having a number like this, you really have to think about it in terms of an intellectual point of view. How am I going to pace myself so that I have the stamina to go from the beginning to the end and make some kind of arc throughout this performance, because I'm going to need to still be able to do a front aerial or whatever trick at the very last 8 count of this, as I'm going to be doing at the very beginning. So pacing is definitely really important, and that's something that you're just going to have to think out before you perform a solo. And I would say that another technical correction is that she was allowing her shoulders to just be free the entire time that she was dancing in this solo, and that's great because she had a tendency to be a little bit stiff and placed a lot of the time, but at the same time you want to be free and relaxed in your upper body, but not let your shoulders be like way up here. You still want your shoulders to be connected and engaged from the back. So overall, my hypothesis with this solo is it was just kind of one of those situations where she was under so much pressure. I think that with leaving Dance Moms and doing Disney Channel and recording her album and having a tour and like being all over the place all at once was just like stretching these kids thin like a rag doll, because everybody wanted to work with them, everybody wanted to interview with them at this time, and I just think that Mackenzie had so much on her plate that the focus wasn't on this dance for this week. So I applaud her for doing an amazing job with this dance regardless of it being a priority or not, but I think that she really did work and do her best. But in terms of the technical flaws, it's something that you really need to think about in terms of like your feet and stretch your ankles and pointing your feet and all of that. But I think that in this particular situation, that it just comes down to more of there was so much going on at the time, and she probably wasn't in the classroom, in the studio, training for like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week like she was prior. So I think that it was just one of those situations where it was like, Mackenzie, go on that stage and do your best, and that's it, call it a day. And I think that she deserves a round of applause for that. I think that she deserves a round of applause for her entire journey on Dance Moms and working her butt off for Abby Lee Miller, and for herself working at the ALDC from like 3 years old until 12, I guess she was when the show ended, I think. Round of applause for Mackenzie. I think that she did a great job with this. She delivered, she had stage presence, she really had like every single acro trick in the book. I could never, so round of applause for that. And yeah, the main things to work on: stretching your ankles and pointing your feet, making sure to really pay attention to where you're placing your feet, work through your arches when you're working in forced arch, make sure to keep your shoulders down and engaged through your back, and of course to make sure to think about your pacing so that you have the stamina to go from the beginning to the end and create a nice story arc so that the audience can see a nice build through your performance and they have a climax and a nice smooth finish. And yeah, I guess that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought of Mackenzie's dancing in this solo hero down in the comments below. If you have any other solos that you would like me to react to, definitely let me know down in the comments below and I will try and react to those. But if you want me to react to your dancing, then definitely check out my YZO account. I will leave a link to that down in the description box below, and I can create a individual personalized response to your dancing, and I will send it to you in a video form just like this. So if you want to, you can check out that. Or if you have any other questions that you would like a personalized response from me or anything like that, then definitely check out my YZO. But I think that that is it for this video, so as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.